everyone, this is George Marlo Mera Gutierrez. So I'm here to explain you about the foundation of Gutierrez Empire, Philippine Empire, and Kingdom of Philippines, and his reason and purpose of establishment. So before I go to the explanation, let me introduce you the Gutierrez family name. So Gutierrez family name is one of the old family from Spain, a Hispanic family name from Spain to Philippines. The Gutierrez family name is a family name means he who ruled. So in the old times, the meaning and belief of the family name is very important and was given importance to respect one family to each family. So that time, the Gutierrez family name means he who ruled was also given a chance to serve as a ruler, connected, or one of a noble family from early time. So that is the Gutierrez family name. So let me explain you the foundation of the Gutierrez Empire. So Gutierrez Empire came from the idea as my idea of making right the Gutierrez family name belief as he who ruled. So I decided to establish the Gutierrez Empire to make the family name Gutierrez to make it right. So you must be wondering why I choose empire instead of other organization, administration, political administration. The reason that if I'm going to choose kingdom is I'm just an ordinary and a simple person. I don't have any resources or enough wealth to establish a kingdom. If I choose administration, that's the same. I still proposing for to be honored and respected, but still lack enough of rights. So instead, I choose empire. So empire has two kinds of empire or two types of empire: the nation empire or the political empire, and the organizational empire. So I choose the organizational empire as the starting and the beginning of proposing the Gutierrez Empire. So from Gutierrez organization or group to Gutierrez organizational empire, and then what we call now as the national empire. So that is the reason why I choose empire. And instead, empire and kingdom is a monarchy administration based on family. Since we are making right the Gutierrez family name as he who ruled, or based from a family name belief, so I choose an empire to be the organizational name of the belief of the family. So that is the reason of the foundation of the Gutierrez Empire. Next is after the reason, the idea of establishment of the Gutierrez Empire. I am proposing. I am proposing the political belief of the Gutierrez Empire to be the bearer of the national empire on our nation. So before that, the reason of proposing the Gutierrez Empire to the government is we are now in the 21st century. We are not in the old times that the The life of the family was given importance and respected by the fellow family. So here, the meaning of Gutierrez Empire is um, lesson to be not respected by the other family unless they go for the politician, family of the politician. So in order that to be fully respected, so I propose it to the government to offer the rights to serve in the government under that rights, to be more respected and understand uh, uh, by the law and the people and the fellow family. So that is the reason of proposing the Gutierrez Empire to serve under the government. So Gutierrez Empire Republic Act Law created and proposed to the government carrying a national state empire of the Philippine or Philippine Empire. So that is it, the reason of political. So I explain you the Gutierrez Empire system. So the Gutierrez Empire, since it is empire, we are following the monarchy of empire traditional. So we organize according to the traditional of what is an empire is. So instead of the highest of position of the organization is the president or chairman. Of course, we are following the traditional system of an empire. So we are, instead of president, we use the noble ranks and titles. That's why we have an emperor, empress, and so the noble ranks and titles. So that is what we call now as monarch family. So and then the proposed law of Gutierrez Empire, RA. So in the proposed law, so the law is still on proposing, and we are studying, revising from time to time until we fully uh, we fully understand about what is the Gutierrez Empire's services is. So in the law, in the Article 1, Section 2, it declares that Gutierrez Empire is an organizational empire served to the people as a ruler, under by the protection of the government. So that is the Gutierrez Empire system. So we have also, of course, if you are proposed or to offer services in the government as in respect to the rights, so there is we have duties and responsibility to make. So one of the duties of the nobles is to be the epitomize, symbolize and oneness and wholeness of the people. So there will be some like center of the people, center family, symbolize family, monarch, and also for the nobles. So the Gutierrez Empire is a one family. My family offering our services to the government to serve the people or the Filipino people under in respect of our rights as he who as to be the ruler. Of course, limited only. So that is the Gutierrez Empire system. So the next part is the Gutierrez Empire proposed to be the nation and national state and empire. is not only the Republic Act law is just only for the purpose of the Gutierrez Empire Republic Act law is the purpose only to acknowledge the Gutierrez rights and services to the people by the government. So, as I have studied uh, e- um, um, earlier, so the Gutierrez Empire Republic Act is not only enough. So, I propose the Gutierrez Empire Philippine Empire strengthening law. So, the Gutierrez Empire Philippine Empire strengthening law is a law to strengthen the rights of Gutierrez Empire to carry as a Philippine Empire or national empire of our nation. So, um, in the strengthening law and the declaration of policy stated there that the Gutierrez Empire is the national empire of the Philippines. So, before I proceed, so you must be wondering why, um, how can we approve the Gutierrez Empire as Philippine Empire that we already had the government, we already um, Republic Democratic government. So Gutierrez Empire is one of the organizational governmental organization to carry one of our national title. So there are a lot of organization and agencies carrying the national title in the Philippines. And one of that is the national title of the empire. So national empire. Under and carried by the Gutierrez Empire. So in this, there will be a monarchy, established monarchy of the Philippines as national empire, but under by the government. So it means the emperor here is the head of the empire of the nation, but not the head of the state, which is the president is the head of the state. So that is what will happen if this proposal will be given a chance to be approved. So that is the purpose of proposal of national empire. So in strengthening law, we have administration proposed to administer the national empire, which is divided into legislative, executive, judiciary, and military. So before I continue, this administrative is under by the Republic of the Philippine government. So the administration is the name as a Bureau of Nation and State Empire Kingdom. So in the legislative, we have the House of Lords or the upper council of the empire. In connection, if this administration will be given a chance to be approved, the function of the legislative will be one of the legislative of the empire under by the legislative of the government. So the second is the House of Commons. So the House of Commons is the lower council of the empire. So if there is what will happen here is the House of Commons will process the law of any related to the monarchy of the Philippines passed to the House of Lords, and in the House of Lords passed to the Congress, which is the government, and then if there is a chance, it will also pass to the House of Senate to approve by the President. So House of Common, House of Lords approved by the Emperor to the Congress, and then the House of Senate and the office of the President. So that will happen, the function of legislative. In the executive is the executive branch of the administration of empire. So emperor is the president and the chairman of the executive branch of the nation and state empire. So in the in the executive we have under branches, under offices, we have Bureau of State Empire. So this function of this is we have already have considered many state under by Philippines. We have three major state, the state of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So that will be going to manage by the Bureau of State Empire. We have Bureau of Nobility, is an office in charge for handling nobility-related services, from registering titles, renewing titles, ranks, and other nobilities issues. We have Bureau of Media and Television. So, of course, the purpose of this media and television to let the people know what happened to the lives of the nobles. And we have Bureau of Royal Organization and Society, the organization groups created by our fellow nobles. So that is the function of Bureau of Royal Organization and Society. We have also on Royal Bank of the Philippines and Royal Education. So, and to be added. So that is the Bureau on offices under by the Bureau of Nation and State Empire attached, that will be soon to be attached under by the office of the President. So that is the administration office of the Gutierrez Empire, Philippine Empire, or National Empire. So that is for judiciary. It is also created to handle any cases connected to nobility problems. Nobles to nobles, there is a conflict, there is an issue. So judiciary or the Royal Court of Justice will handle that service. Military, so we have also military. So before I explain about military, so military here is the president is the head of the armed forces of the Philippines. So in this case, the military of the empire, or what we call now as armed forces of the crown, will merge and attach to the armed forces of the Philippines. So the president is the head of, or the commanding general, overall commanding general of armed forces of the Philippines, which is there are many under general serving under his commanding officer. So the emperor is one of the commanding general of the armed forces of the Philippines. That is his position, but he is in charge of the armed forces of the crown, or the royal army. So he is just under by the president. So in merging the administration, it is merged as this administration, the Bureau of Nation and State Empire, will be under directly by the office of the president or any department that he will be assigned to. The military, the legislative will be under by the Congress. The executive is under by the office of the president or of your our the internal affairs of our government offices or the Department of Tourism, or depends on the president where he will be assigned to. And the judiciary will be under by the Court of Justice, and the military will be under by the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So here, the emperor will be the commanding general in his position to the armed forces of the Philippines, but he is the uh, general of the armed forces of the crown, and the armed forces of the crown will be under by the reserve forces of the armed forces of the Philippines. So that is why how the government and this administration merge, having an understanding and cooperating with each other. So it uh, the services of the armed forces of the crown is just like the services of the reserve forces of the nation. So that is how it works. So we have a project and services, since um, I'm just an ordinary and simple and not a wealthy enough person. So I'm just propose also a project that the government will finance of creating the castle, the palaces, and we just pay it later. So since they are the responsible of fundings the national monarchy. So that is the straightening law of the Gutierrez Empire as a national empire, carrying the national empire. So if you do not understand about my explanation, so you may read this all in our personal site at www.gutierrezempire.wordpress.com. You can look there in the website, so including the law proposed. So before I end this explanation, after a proposal, there are many questions of the people. How how it will happen, how it can be approved that we have the republic of the government, and there's be a conflict of constitution or law, because we already had a constitution. So I just clarify that Gutierrez Empire carried the national empire or Philippine Empire is one of the agency organization in the Philippines carried the national empire. So under by the office of the president, we have the law proposed, but it is a Republic Act law, not a constitution. But we also propose the constitution instead, that if given a chance, maybe being a monarch nation or given approved by the higher monarchy that bearing the monarchy bearing the Philippines, if this is will be helpful to our nation to be more progress, then there may be a chance that the constitution to be mandated and replaced by the Philippine Empire and Kingdom of Philippine Constitution. So, as I said, this is only a Republic Act law. There are many Republic Act law proposed, but there's only one constitution. So, this is a limited monarchy only. The emperor is the like I said, the emperor is the head of the empire, but not the head of the state or the nation. So it's just it's just a limited monarchy only. So about the money, there are many questions about how George Marlowe, he has no money. It's just a simple, and for the rich is just a 1. So this is the fundings will be financial support or funded by the government. So they are the one. This is proposal will be given a chance to be approved, and you finance the finance fundings on this establishment. And chance of that is the duties and responsibility that we are going to serve. We're going to serve under by in the government to the people. So that is what it is. So I have including let me clarify, the fundings is including operating palaces and houses to make this to make the novels, or if if in my time it will be approved in my time, then hopefully my or our future home, we're going to transfer there to live in the palace, to act as a emperor. So hopefully given a chance. So that is it. If you have any question about and clarification about my explanation, you can contact me or email me. My contact information is in the www.gutierrezempire.wordpress.com. Okay, so you can look at our personal site. You can study there, and all I explained in this video is also explained there in the website. So yeah, you may look there and study. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope this video explanation will be helpful to you in understanding the proposal of the Gutierrez Empire, Philippine Empire, and Kingdom of Philippines. Okay. Till next video.